Grow older, I find that I try less and less to actually watch the news. But I subscribe to a couple news related channels on YouTube. And what happens is, well, I seen this article. Fuck it. I seen this article. And this article states politicians unwilling to take a pay cut because they hadn't got a raise in 6 years. Seriously. That's ignorant. Man, believe it or not, I've worked at places. I worked at a place that I took a pay cut to keep people from losing their job. A pay cut. And the place I worked at to do this, bad management. Bad management. It's actually Domino's. But the Domino's I worked at was a franchised Domino's. And the franchisee, or the owner at the time, he was horrible. Horrible. I remember going to his house and he had like a Scarface amount of fucking cocaine on the desk. He had like he had bought a red Ferrari. I forgot what type it was, but it was a Ferrari of some sort. It was used. And he had wrecked it. And he had tried to fix it himself. But irregardless, this guy, his name was Chris. We would work sometimes and he'd come in at night and we'd have, I don't know, $2,300 or something in the safe. And he would take all the money, but enough to make the till up for the next day, and he'd go spend it. And I had a payroll check bounce and so on and so forth. And well, regardless, the guy, Domino's, came in and intervened, like the company, the corporation. They go, you can either sell it or we're going to take it from you. So he ended up selling it to another company called Cowabunga Pizza. And they took over the chain here in Myrtle Beach. When they took it over, see, at the time, I was like halfway assistant manager, halfway like lead driver. So I was making like $6.10 an hour. Wasn't much. But the average driver made $5.45 at that time. So they go, look here, we can either give you a pay cut or we're going to have to drop. God, who was it? I think it was Marcus. Because Marcus was the newest driver. Like, they either keep paying me what they are or Marcus is going to lose his job. I'm like, fuck, dude. Well, I looked at it, I'm like, man, theoretically, would I want somebody to lose their job because I wanted an extra $60 every 2 weeks? So I'm like, no, I'll take a pay cut. And that kept Marcus on the screw. So I have took a pay cut to help somebody keep their job. So let's flip this around. You have politicians unwilling to take a pay cut that make 10 times the amount of the American working man. At Domino's, I made something along the lines of $14,000 or so a year. If you factor in tips, I might have made 20. And I took a pay cut. The guy who makes $400,000 a year won't take a pay cut to $380. That's fucked up, dude. This is the people we're putting in office. And he had a raise, dude. You don't need a raise. You need to be making $100,000 a year to sit your ass up there and just talk on the phone. I'm talking to this girl right now. She's a CNA at a hospital. You know what a CNA does? CNA is a certified nurse assistant. And basically what they do is they wipe asses and change sheets. She makes probably $17,000 a year. Has to wipe 80 asses a night. Grown people's asses. I'm talking about grown people poo. And this guy wants to say he can't take a pay cut because he ain't had a raise in 6 years. It's bullshit. I don't know. I need something to talk about. And I'd like to touch on something else that's kind of been bothering me. And I just want to give you another example of bad leadership. Bad leadership comes from, remember Hostess? Hostess went out of business the last couple years. And it was a big story, but I know a lot of you probably ignored it. Hostess executives, the people that ran the company, couldn't figure out how to sell Twinkies and those little chocolate cupcakes, snap cakes to people, and they were losing money. They were losing lots of money. Couldn't make them trendy, couldn't figure out how to do it. But the entire last couple of years that company existed, the COOs, the CEOs, the presidents, the vice presidents, fat fucking paychecks, dude. Just, oh man, here's my bonus. Got to make this $1.2 million bonus check this year because I did such a good job of putting the company out of business. While at the same time they were saying that everybody, all the employees of the company, the people working on the assembly lines, the people making sure the machines kept running, the maintenance positions, they all had to take pay cuts. This guy who's running the company into the ground puts $1.2 million in his pocket full of bonuses. That's the world we live in, dude. That's the world we live in. And a lot of people want to point to Obama. It's Obama's fault. Dude. Insert president. President is just a face. Now, this ain't conspiracy theory. This is cold hard truth. The president is just a public figure. He's a face. His job is to take the blame. Because the real power comes from a place called Congress. Congress. Congress is who's to blame here. And Congress don't want to take a pay cut. And the reason these people in Congress stay in Congress, even though they're bad leadership, is because of a thing called gerrymandering. I'm not smart enough to explain what gerrymandering is. But basically, people get paid to cut up the lines of voters to make sure that people that are willing to vote for you are in enough areas that you can win. You can win by, I don't know, 60% versus 40. So when you go to vote for somebody, your vote don't mean shit. Let's say you hate the guy that's in office right now. He didn't get in office right now because he didn't have people that hated him. He's in office right now because the way the areas are cut up, or the sectors are cut up, more people liked him in more sectors, and they were cut that way. So your vote meant shit. There might have been more people that voted against him. Say there are more people like you that hated him, thought he did a bad job. There's a guy who made sure that you and everybody that thought like you were in the same sector. So candidate B could won about 80% to 20% in that sector, but there were enough 55 to 50s in every other sector that he still won the majority vote, and he gets to stay in office. If you go look up other people thing on gerrymandering, I'm right here at the stop sign. Take a minute, collect my thoughts, and I'll talk about the weigh-in. Here's everybody's favorite stop sign. But I made the stop sign yesterday too. I didn't know what to say. So I turned around and started walking back home. And a lot of people, and I couldn't think of anything to say, but I felt like what I said yesterday was enough. Weigh-in. Weigh-in is in 2 days. Today's day 58. Tomorrow's 59. Day after that, it's a weigh-in. I'm going to go ahead and come clean right now. I'm still over 400 pounds. I know some people out there are probably thinking it's going to read like 370 or something, but no, I know exactly what I weigh right now. I weighed myself last week or so, and I can say this: every time I've cheated, I've told you about it, and every time I told weight, I have lost weight. But the original starting weight was more than I'd like to admit to, and I can tell you exactly where I am right now, and I can tell you it's about 35 pounds lighter than where I let myself go. But I doubt I'll be under 400. And I let myself stress out. I got myself depressed a few days before it because I was scared about backlash. But it is what it is, dude. It is what it is. When you see the numbers, picture that as a starting point for this time. because this is 2 months in and I'm going to lose the weight. I've never cheated. Every time I said I walk something, I've walked it. I try to put checkpoints in here to prove that I'm at different sections of the walk every day. There's no cars, no trucks, nothing like that. Here, like even today, I walked to the curve. I'm going to walk like 2.6 miles today. I want to lose this weight, and it's going to happen. Like you can see the sweat on my face. I recently was given a new phone case, so the picture's going to be nice and clear because my last phone case was all scratched up. But it's there, dude. I'm sweating my ass off. And it's kind of hard to lump this video in with the gerrymandering video, but I just seen that news story and it pissed me off, dude. Normally I would do a video by itself on that topic, but I just don't feel like those are the type of topics I need to grow my channel. And the people that watch these videos are my core fans, and they kind of expect those topics. But thank you guys. 2 more days till the weigh-in. I know a lot of you guys are excited. I know it's going to get a lot of views. And let you know up front, I might run a gorilla link on that video because I know it's going to get more views than normal. Because I know a lot of people don't really care about watching the day-to-day videos. And I know a lot of you guys are supporting me because there's a lot of better shit you can watch than this. And I want to thank you guys again for continually watching my videos. But if you want to be supportive, go like my Fallout shit, because no, people will watch that. People won't be looking for this in the search engine. Nope, I don't think anybody ever think, well, what am I going to watch on YouTube today? We'll see if I can go watch a fat ass go better his life. People like the end videos. They don't like the ones in the middle. But I feel like the ones in the middle are important, because like after this is said and done, when I come out of this 230 pounds and begging for fucking money to get a surgery to get it cut off, I will have something I can look back on the rest of my life. I have a hard drive. I saved these two just in case YouTube ever comes down, because I want these. I want to be able to look back at my life, and maybe sometime 15 years from now, and I'm feeling bad about myself, I'll be like, motherfucker, you overcame something that 95% of the people that in your position can't do, and I'm going to do it. See you guys tomorrow.